Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal, my people? What's the deal, my people? It's your boy Jason Gooner. And we're back in the building for some more lively football discussion. We are going to discuss a lot of things about the Jamaican football today on this program. You see, the thumbnail today had a lot of things going on. So we're going to get through all the topics today. Should be about a couple of hours for this show, live show. We have some European action about to start, Europa League, Conference League. Some teams playing, some teams we never pronounce, we don't know where they are, but yeah, everybody have their levels to play. So big up to everybody that's going to join in today, everybody in the building from now. Big up yourself, Caris. Big up float management. Yes, I put 48 hours float, but that was a mistake. Obviously tomorrow, I don't know, usually I rush the thing, but this time I got too slow on it. So yeah, 24 hours to the squad being revealed. We're going to do a player check-in. That's going to be the last segment of the show today. We're going to go through the title, just the way you see it, Bailey Clarity, Ravel to UAE, Bunny, BBC, interview, Frasers Whip reality, and then 24 hours to go player check. So that's how the show going to run today, people. We're going to get right into it, discuss the whole Leon Bailey situation. Of course, as you guys should know, well, before I get into anything, people, we're on YouTube. It is a platform, obviously. The rules of the platform are you have to like the video. When you enter the show, please like the video, people. Share it. If you have any groups you're in, share the content around anybody you think would be interested in these type of topics. Yes, from a perspective, somebody trying to gather the facts and then giving you an opinion. So it's opinions based in facts. And yes, if you like the discussion, you enjoy it, share it with other people. They might enjoy it as well, right? And of course, if you're new to the channel, sometimes when we run these shows, we put it on subscriber only mode. Sometimes we don't. I don't really know if I have a preference, to be honest. When I look back at like people that subscribe to the shows whenever we're making shows, it varies. Sometimes it's when it's in subscriber only mode, I get a lot of subscribers on that particular show. It's very different. So I'm just gonna leave it on anyone. So if you're in here for the first time today, make us know who you are, and of course consider subscribing to the channel. You don't know, we might not have a set time that we do content, but we do respect all the subscribers who do tune in whenever we do drop videos. And we're just very thankful, because at the end of the day, we did this because we enjoy doing it. And of course, anything that can come after that, they say in life you should do things more so that you enjoy. Obviously, the way the world is set up, you can't just do things you enjoy if they don't earn you anything. So based on what I can earn off of this is the more time I can give it. So if you enjoy me giving you this content, then support it in all of those ways that I need you to. Like the video, share the video, and of course, if you're brand new to the channel, subscribe. All right, so for the YouTube things. Yes, my name is Jason Guna. We're going to get right into the discussion now. Let me big up the people in the building. Sandre Blake, big up yourself. Chelsea is gone somewhere today. I don't know where. Maybe you can help me with that, Sandre. I'm not sure. Squad Hawk. Yeah, man. One Squad Hawk, one big league. Blessings to you, Jeremiah. Blessings. Bless up, namesake. What go on, bro? Yeah, man. We're outside. Daytime, we never really see nobody in the streets forwarding, but you don't know if other shows going on. No disrespect. This is just the time I had today. So yeah, we're gonna run the show right now. So big up to everybody checking in, and yeah, man, let people know Jason Guna is live. So the first thing I want to talk about, people, when I go past, as I say, I'm going to try to run through how you see the title. So the first thing is the Bailey Clarity. So the reason why I said Bailey Clarity, I've heard a lot of things, and let me just give the rundown first of all. So of course, yesterday, Aston Villa hosted Bayern Munich. Very, very, very big occasion for Villa fans. Of course, the last time they won the European Cup, it was against Bayern Munich, so that was a big thing. I can't remember exactly how many years it's been since they have been in this competition. Of course, before it was the European Cup, now it's the Champions League. But they got a massive 1-0 victory over Bayern Munich. If you didn't watch the game, you would just say, boy, Aston Villa, amazing, And it's still amazing even watching the game, because watching the game, I would say that Aston Villa really rode their luck at times. I will say this about Aston Villa's performance. They did sit back. They did play a low block type of game, but their threat on the counter was always evident. And I think the minute Upamecano got that first yellow card, I think Bayern, they definitely always knew in the back of their minds there would be an issue on that counter-attack. But we're not going to delve too far into the actual game. The main thing that I want to talk about today is, of course, in relation to Leon Bailey. He would be the person that a lot of Jamaican fans would have tuned into that match wanting to see. If you go back a little bit now, before this game, you would have seen him playing against Ipswich at the weekend. And I thought in that Ipswich game, what was very telling to me was how within himself he was playing, especially when he would receive the ball. Leon Bailey to be a player that if he's playing in a game, he's going to have about 4 to 5 dribble attempts in that game. That's a big part of his game is taking on players. So when I watched that Ipswich game and I'm saying, okay, good news is he's playing, right? Because we know he has been kind of trying to deal with some muscle injuries right now, muscle soreness, I would say. Nothing to the point of, having to miss an extended stretch of games, but it's clear that he's not quite fully up to his certain standard in terms of being able to take players on. And, if you dive into the statistics even of what I'm talking about, in the Ipswich game, he played 64 minutes. As a matter of fact, let me just put this on the screen for you guys, what I'm looking at. And I just wanted to basically preview the picture of how we got to this Bayern game, right? So this is what I was looking at, people. Let me make sure I have this how I want it. All right, yeah, this is fine. All right, so this was the Ipswich game, right? So you see it on the screen there. Started the game, which I was happy for. Glad to see him starting, right? Played 64 minutes on that right side, his usual role in the system. And again, I want to key in on something here. Typically when he's playing, he'll have a lot of dribble attempts in games, especially if he started and he's playing a lot of minutes. And this is a game where his team had the majority of the football, right? And he only had one attempt on the day. He was unsuccessful. So that to me was telling. Now, of course, he created a big chance, had the key pass. If you remember that assist, though, it really was just an extended period of possession where he received the ball wide and didn't really make a move, just put it on his right foot and placed it beautifully into the box for Watkins to head home. So it wasn't even like him creating that opportunity to create the pass for the goal. And that to me was very telling. He came off in the 64th minute. Again, never really overexerted himself. And he came off. Didn't think, I was saying, okay, good performance in terms of statistics wise, first goal contribution of the season. So that's great. But, I just didn't see that explosiveness, that burst from Bailey that we used to seeing. Fast forward now to the Aston Villa game. This was yesterday. So, of course, before the game starts, I'm looking at the lineup. I want to say, all right, does Bailey start? Does Bailey start? He doesn't start. This is the team that they went with in yesterday's game. So they had Jaden basically playing in Bailey's position, Ramsey on the other side, who normally plays there lately. So in the 27th minute, I believe it was, Ramsey gets injured and Leon Bailey comes onto the pitch. Now, when Leon Bailey was coming on so early, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he didn't start the game, more than likely they would bring him on sometime in the second half. So I was already thinking, does he have 60 minutes in his legs right now to play? He did play 60 minutes the other day against Ipswich, so perhaps he does have it. Let's see. So he comes onto the pitch in the 27th minute, and he ends up staying on the pitch until the 60th minute. So he plays 33 minutes in this game. And anybody that watched the game, as I did, it was very clear that, Leon Bailey physically just wasn't up to it. A couple times in transition, he received the ball, had a player in front of him and could drive forward and try to create. He just basically took a couple dribbles forward, turned it back, wanted his team to get back into possession or into position to, move the team forward. But normally he would have used those opportunities to go onto the counter and create something. And I thought that was just so telling to me that he didn't really have the capacity to even try. It's one thing if he was trying to beat people and not being successful, but, he did have 2 dribbles on the day, more than even the Ipswich game. But I think that the way how when he got the ball in this game, how the field was stretched when he did receive the ball. No, I would have expected him to have double that in terms of attempts in the time he was on the field. Another thing, Bailey has never been the strongest in the duel, but I think it was so obvious whenever he was in any crowded areas, he wasn't willing to put his foot in and really go hard for that football. I think because he's favoring a part of his body right now, and he's just worried to really overexert himself. And, it was really becoming a problem for Aston Villa. And in the end, he had to get substituted in the 60th minute for Maatsen, who, while being a left back, was put in the system as a more, attacking left-sided player. And he has that ability to do both roles, and they probably needed that solidity at that time. And Bailey couldn't provide it. And if Bailey's not taking on players in the attacking third when he has the chance to, and he's not providing that energy and effort that, he's not renowned for, but we've seen that improvement when he's fully fit. So I think for all of those reasons, people, I was saying after the game, it's clear that he's not fit. Now, I've heard some narratives going around, and I'm going to go to the chat because I'm sure people have some thoughts on this. Big up Nitro, Wagwan. Big up Sheridan. Every time, bless up yourself, bro. Yeah, man. Hope everybody is good on your side. Big up Chris Smith, Wagwan. Respect for being here, my brother. Smash the like button. That Ipswich game was evident. Yep, for sure. Big up Conrad. Yeah, man. Jason Chippy never seems confident yesterday. To me, the coach made the right decision. Yeah, I think the optics were a certain way, but if we're being honest with ourselves, people, it was not helping Chippy or the team, because he couldn't really provide what he can normally provide, and it was obvious. He's not 100%. The coach wanted to save him for future games. Yes, I think so. I think one thing that we have to ask as well, if all of us could see that he wasn't quite 100%, surely the coaching staff, the manager himself would have seen that. Do we have to ask any questions of Unai Emery? I mean, why is he bringing him on the field? I guess he's thinking maybe he can give us something. Like in the Ipswich game, he provided that cross. But I think the Ipswich game was such a different game tactically for Aston Villa, where Bailey was never really going to get on the ball with a multitude of options beside him and around him, so that he wouldn't be overloaded or double teamed and think he would have to beat somebody with pace or anything like that. Remember, the Ipswich goal, it was just space, too much space, push the ball into a space, whip it in with the right foot, right on Watkins' head. I don't know if against Villa that situation or those situations would really have happened. So basically, Emery putting him on would have had to have thought he's going to have to be exerting and playing explosive to be effective. So did he make a mistake? Maybe he was thinking adrenaline might do something for the player. I don't know. But it's clear that something was going on. I've heard some people say it's a plan thing. I'm assuming they mean on Bailey's part to kind of show that, he's not well. I would think that Bailey and Unai Emery would be thinking less about how the optics look for Jamaica national selection and more about beating Bayern Munich. So I don't buy into this whole planting business. I think Bailey wanted to be there playing because it's a huge game. It's Bayern Munich. It's the Champions League. I mean, this is the games why Bailey came to Villa. He was saying he's going to take them to these levels as a team, and they have gotten there. And somebody who has helped them get there, he wants to be a part of it while it's happening. But, I just pray that they have caution because, these small things can turn into bigger issues. And, they just need to give him some time, I think, at this point. Rest and treatment is, I think, the order of the day. And a little rehab work, strengthening work. And then you come back, and when you do forward back 100%, then we can get the Leon Bailey that we know you can bring. But let me actually play this because I thought that this was very important. Unai Emery in his post-match talk, I believe he was talking with the Champions League show, the CBS Sports show with Henry and Carragher, Big Meeks and Kate Abdo. Yeah, man, that show is hilarious. But from that show, they spoke to Emery and he mentioned the question was really about Jaden, who started for Bailey on the day. But the answer basically included something about Bailey. So This is what he had to say, people.
I was speaking with him yesterday, and he was excited to play. He was because Leo Bailey, he is still being a little bit with some pain, not fit 100%, and we tried to play with him, but he wasn't really feeling comfortable. And Jaden is a player after his comeback, after his injury as well, is very.
So I hear that, people. The man say they tried with Leon, who has not been feeling he didn't feel comfortable on the field, and he's been struggling with some issues, some muscle stuff. So Emery knows, he's telling people, and I think that is actually smart management by Emery, because surely, even though nobody really asked him directly about the two subs in that particular interview that I saw, I'm sure that will be asked of him down the road. So he probably wanted to just say, listen, to clear up this whole situation, because again, the question was not about Leon Bailey. The question was about Jaden. And, basically, he had to kind of bring up Bailey in the conversation to answer that question, because first of all, he knows in his mind, people probably would expect Bailey to start and not Jaden, so he's kind of answering that, and also answering why he would have subbed him off twice, or subbed him off on and subbed him back off, right? So yeah, he cleared it up there, and I felt vindicated based on the fact that I was saying, listen, he's not fit, man. He's not 100% fit. And some people, the sad part about it, though, people, there are some people out there in the Villa fan base that are not really being so, what can I say now, forgiving of the performance that Bailey provided them last night. And I'm going to show you this that I saw today on Sport Bible. Aston Villa fans lay into their own player despite Champions League win over Bayern Munich. Aston Villa fans were not happy with the display of one of their players against Bayern Munich. So they talk about some other things there. And then here it goes now. So this says, but while it was a memorable night, one Villa player did get slated online. Leon Bailey started on the bench for the clash, but was brought on 28 minutes in after Ramsey picked up an injury. But then in the second half, the Jamaican international was substituted himself after failing to make an impact in what appeared to be a tactical call. So there's right there Sport Bible just disregarding what Emery just said, because he basically explained it wasn't tactical, him coming off. It was based on him being uncomfortable and not being able to play, to the level that they need. And those seeing a sub come off always is a surprise. Many understood the decision from Emery, right? So these are people now who are watching the game and probably commenting on, whatever platform. So one said, sorry, but Leon Bailey has offered nothing but negativity and poor defensive cover. Was looking a liability, to be honest. Needed to be subbed. Leon Bailey has hopped in a time machine and reverted to the player he was 2 years ago. Leon Bailey, this is one of the most disgusting, despicable, disinterested displays of football I've ever seen from a player. Leon Bailey just came on to be a black hole to anything Villa tried to do. Leon Bailey surely deserved to get his subbed. He was atrocious. Replaced Jacob Ramsey from the bench, and Unai Emery couldn't stand his performance, then got rid of him, and rightly so. Wow. So that was basically some of the comments. And, I honestly put this on the screen to let you guys see that, like, a lot of times, when we talk about our own players, we might have choice words for them, and it's typically in the moment, I would say, for most. Some of us just beat them all the time. But most of the time, something would have happened and, them get a beating, right? And I just put this on the screen to say, listen, a lot of people say, boy, we deal with our players so horribly and we're the worst, and just Jamaican fans stay. So it's not the truth, people. It's not the truth. Out there, some people don't look at anything. You see me, I try find reasons as to why it would have happened. And the coach himself, so I don't have to listen to me, the coach himself say it as well. There were other reasons besides just the performance why. But first of all, why the performance was the performance it was, and second of all, why he would have subbed him back off. See? So, moral of the story, people, Bailey is not ready to forward to play for us right now. Some might argue a bit of him in terms of just managing the minutes. Don't start him. Let him come on late and provide something. I get that, people, but I'm telling you, if the player has told us numerous times before, it's difficult. The travel, the window, the tightness of the travel, reach, train, play, the field condition maybe not the best. I'm hearing Nicaragua is a turf field, might not be the best for anybody trying to, So there's a lot of variables, people, why I say long term, for the betterment of the player himself, the betterment of even us as Jamaican national team, because Bailey fully fit, I think, for a longer period will be better than him just being, here kind of for this window. You see what I'm saying? So for me, Bailey, the clarity that I got was the coach saying he's not 100% fit. He's been telling us he's not 100% fit. He's having some discomfort. So let's just let him stay, get the treatment. Don't bother with the travel, the sitting down for so long, then playing, running up and down. Don't bother with that. Train, get your treatment, Bailey. We don't know you're going to watch the game them same way and support as much as you can. And in the November window, all things working out for you, you should be back. And hopefully, if we get the job done in this window, we'll be playing a quarterfinals against one of these teams. So, yeah, man, we'll need you for sure. 100% kicking in those games, because the opposition only gets tougher from here. All right, people. So that's the Bailey segment of the show. Just wanted to put some clarity on the situation, the subbing, everything like that. Yeah, so that is it, people. So let me just go ahead now and check something, because I know the people am supposed to support the thing the proper way, All right, people, you can do better than that. May I take a break till you like up the thing, people. Like up the thing, people. Like up the video, people. Like up the video. We're not even at 30 likes yet, people, and a 40 are we inside there. Come on, man. Like up the video, people. Suppose you can get to 50. Easy. I don't know the thing working. People forward them, drop out them, So, yeah, like the video and just do that for me. All right, cool. So, who gonna big up? Jerome, big up. All right, Peter Mystic said, are you saying that it's a fitness issue and not an injury issue? I believe that this is a funny one, because earlier today, big up to, I might even know if I call him, man, Billy Diamond, right? I Max It Football, we Max It Football. He was doing his show and he said, he was talking about the whole Bailey thing, and somebody in the comment section said, is he fully fit or is he injured? Is he not fully fit or is he injured? And I said, I responded to that person and I said, the way I see it, he is not fully fit because he has an injury. Because I don't know, but Peter Mystic, if you're saying this and really asking a more underlying question, which is, do I think Leon Bailey has a fitness issue? Then I would say yes. I don't think he does all the necessary things per se to make sure that these little niggling injuries don't occur in his career. I remember, I think it was a few years back, Trent Alexander-Arnold was talking about Mo Salah, and he was saying, the guy is there first. Him saying he was trying to get there before Mo Salah to work out, and him could never do it. Salah and I think Mane, the two of them, always there first, early, but Salah, different level. After training, kicking free kick, kicking shot, going and dribbling runs, just putting in work. And him say, I need to get to this level. Now look, I'm not going to lie to people and say, I know firsthand the man training regimes. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. But all I can tell you is the proof is in the body structure. Why? But there's a difference when you see the physique of a Mo Salah and you see the physique of a Bailey. It's a difference. And I know some of that is hereditary and all these things, but I'm telling you, yeah, you could look at Trent about 3-4 years ago and look at Trent now. Why for all of this conversation? But I'm just trying to make my point that I think Bailey could do more to achieve a top level of fitness. Personally. Yeah, man. I believe so. And I think it does contribute to him getting these niggles every now and again. Big up Jean-Pierre fan, Wagwan. Bless up Owen Owen. People them like up the video, man. I stop bad mind the thing. All right, so the next topic we have to touch on is Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison finally securing a contract with a team. He has moved to UAE to Precision Football Club. They are in UAE Division 2, which is the third tier of the United Arab Emirates footballing pyramid. All right. Owen, bless up yourself, my brother. I know you like the video. I know you like your video. Yeah, he won't be featuring for us. I agree. Press up, big up yourself, you know. Yeah, man, 433, press up, big up yourself. Yes, the report says that he has a hamstring injury that may require surgery. Wow. So that is how deep it runs. Okay. Well, you know, I guess they were just trying everything in their power to not take that route, the surgery route, but maybe yesterday's performance proved that to go back and do some more scans, and that's what it showed. But Peter Mystic, if you have that report or the link to that report, let me know. Or whatever article you got that from, I would love to read it. Bless up, young king. So I go on. Yeah, man, we're outside. Drew Russ, big up yourself. You're one of them with the planting business, you know. I don't believe in it at all. Jay, yeah, I'm off wire myself, Jay, because it's an impossible conversation. But there are a lot of Jamaican people in the comment section. I'm sure about 98% of you understand Jamaican culture. And if they talk about the man, them physique and them something there, it not go over well, brother. But, you know, I don't know. It's the English language, people. I have to use it. Bless up Rock Photo, yeah, I said. All right, so let me show you guys. Now, people, I get a beating for this, you know. I'm not bother showing you the weight name there, you know. I'm not bother showing you the Precision Club I thought it was at first, you know. Because I get some beating for that, you know. They kind of share it a few places and the people them say, yo, what kind of fake news me I forward with, you know? People, mans have reputation, people. So when we do something when 100, I forget the beating. But this is the actual club that he went to, Precision Football Club. As I say, they compete in the UAE second division, which is the third tier of the league. They have the first division, the UAE Pro League as well. And funny enough, the UAE Pro League is home to one of our former Reggae Boyz, and a player that I think is actually doing quite decent when you look at maybe his last, 6 to 8 months or so in terms of his form with his clubs that he's been at. Of course, I'm talking of Junior Flemings, who is now in the UAE Pro League, a couple divisions above where Ravel Morrison will be playing his trade now. But on the Ravel Morrison conversation, people, of course, he's a player that when it comes on to Jamaican players or prospective Jamaica players, he's definitely one that a lot of fans, have high hopes for and hold in high regard. Basically, and here he is here training. I think this was probably today or yesterday. Wonderful, match day -1. So they have a match tomorrow. So we'll definitely be trying to find some kind of footage or coverage. We see Ravel taking part in the training. So hopefully Ravel will get some time as well. Now, the big question, though, as we lead into this window, for a lot of people and a lot of the footage and content that I've seen surrounding the Reggae Boyz lately, is it too soon to consider calling Ravel Morrison back? I mean, yes, we know we wanted him to find a team. He has found a team. Now, some are saying, look, if you say you want a man to find a team, pick him, put him in the team, Ravel in the 10, right? And then others are saying, listen, yes, we mean find a team, but context is important. When him find that team, you have to now start to play football with that team and play some matches, and then we'll see what go on. And yeah, so, I want to know, people, which side are you guys on this conversation? Is it a no-brainer for you guys to just put Ravel back in the team because him signed with a club? Or is it a situation where, let's take the measured approach, him reach the team now, him start training, eventually he'll play matches. Let's see a number of matches. Let's see how his form holds up over a period of time before. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but Young Kings, you said this, we don't want Ravel in the team. Where's the merit? Okay, but Young Kings, you cannot deny that people out there are saying the opposite. It's actually, I'm almost surprised that when I look through the comment sections, a lot of these shows that I watch, and a lot of us watch, it's basically a split conversation, Half the crowd I say Ravel, and the other half I say, some of them, well, I wouldn't say it's half, it's like a third thing, but the majority is either no, not in the squad now, or yes, him find a club, him been training, this and that, now him going to play a match, put him back in the squad. And most of the people on that side, them base it on, let's look at the midfield options we have been picking. Are they better than Ravel Morrison? When you boil it down to that simple of a conversation, it's hard to argue that the players that we've been using in midfield, not necessarily the starting players, but the players that we have had in reserve who haven't been able to play. Some of them not better than Ravel Morrison. And that's the truth. Now, some of them might have a higher ceiling than Ravel Morrison because they're in better situations, age bracket, things of that nature. But if we're talking just football ability right now, present day, even if the man not play for 2 years for your actual club, then you don't lose the ability to play football. It doesn't go away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jerome, you see how Young King say it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that cut and dry. It's been all over the place, to be honest. And I'm surprised. I would think, well, I don't even know what I would think, I don't know. But it's been split, people. It's been split. See, Dex, I tell you that, Ravel and anything, same thing. So it's out there. That sentiment is out there, people. You can't tell no lie to yourself. People are saying the same thing. Up to the time, down to the minute, says Caribbean Seas. Big up yourself, brother. All right, Young Kings, back to the Bailey conversation real quick. Bailey should learn to keep possession in games rather than trying to do too much. Simple, and he doesn't like defending. Yeah, well, honestly, the last 2 games for Bailey, retention was actually decent because he wasn't taking the chances of taking people on. And he wasn't trying the passes that were so, going through a lot of bodies. It was very safe. One black god. Sorry, that report was 4 weeks ago against Leicester. I'm wondering if that is that. No. Okay. So 4 weeks ago, they were saying, based on what was going on, it could require the surgery. Okay. So obviously, they didn't go the surgery route. They went with the rest route. Well, I hope nothing new don't show up after yesterday because it never looked so good in terms of him just couldn't do much. I was for him to come now, but it is smarter to wait and see his work fitness level. It is not cheap to fly from over. So, well, Nitro, you see, them thing we have to analyze when we think about things too, because that plays a role, people. We can't downplay it. Where he's forwarding from, it have to be a sure thing, Yeah, man, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. We already have 2 other people forwarding from that area. Demari Gray, Damian Lowe were in the last squad at least. So, potentially 4 now because you have, as I said, Junior Flemings in the Pro League, 2 tiers higher than Ravel in this country. Also, in the conversation today, I'm going to pull up the league rankings because they just recently got updated. And I want to show you guys where some of these countries are in the world. You're going to be shocked where JPL is compared to some of these leagues as well. Yeah, man, it's crazy to track the movement of these leagues over time because you can see how far they have dropped and fallen, and you can go back over the quarters and see where they were. So it's kind of cool to just keep track of all of those things and see which countries are improving on their leagues. Young King said they are delusional, bro. Ravel not better than Casey at the moment, and we have players out there just not being scouted. For example, Nico O'Reilly. Brother, Nico O'Reilly, if the man have a passport, which I have heard he does, because he was getting recruited to play for the U20s. I know that the coach at the time, John Wall, was heavily recruiting this player. trying to get that deal over the line, trying to get him to represent and everything. So if he does have any of that or still harbors thoughts of that, that is somebody we need to be talking to. Ace last year, for sure. Yeah, man, Nico O'Reilly is super talented, brother. Super talented. The man trained in a Pep first team. Me no business when nobody tell me that count for something, brother. And getting chances with the first team as well. Yeah, man. Big player that, man. Duke, big up yourself, you know. We're outside, brother. It is also not fair to Ravel either. Oral Tracy and his xenophobic clans still harping on the penalty in Mexico. So them go on, man. I see him, so them they do Bobby Reed, you know. When the man missed the chance against USA in the World Cup qualifying, them talk about that forever, brother. And it's not till Bobby Reed scored a goal in Mexico, the bomber. The man them start to kind of not really bring up that goal again, you know? And then him do a few more things after that. But you see, when he missed the penalty the other day, them want to try regurgitate it again. Yeah, man. Certain player, them love beat. Ravel is the best, says Sherman Scott. You see it? Him say, Young Kings, those guys not interested in Jamaica. So what should we do? Dex 4 players, you know say the man them not interested in a Jamaica, big man. You talk to the man them, you don't know that. All right. Instead of you, Dex, take the angle, say them not interested. Why you not say, yeah, man, them man they interested? Like if you don't know either way, so why you going to the default, say them not interested? Man, don't have such a bleak outlook. All right. When we are talking about players, and we are say them have talent, and we are talking about the talent, and we are disregard enough other things, you know, them football education, them IQ on the pitch, fitness levels, nutrition. We are disregard all them things there, and we are say them talented, you know. In order to do that and I talk about them that way, there, you know, you have to kind of have a, where I say, no, glass half full approach. But with the ball of them over so, where we are trying to recruit or we don't want to recruit, you want the glass half empty. Keep the same energy around the board, man. Come on, man. November window for Ravel. Okay, Elric saying want to see. Well, them say it's match day -1, you know, according to the post where they make today, you know. So if a match day -1, then you don't know. Because this was posted today. All right, so them all discuss Ravel Morrison signing, yeah. Talk Sport to view the full interview. Okay, so we have to go check that out, people. So Talk Sport, you get a free promotion today. Because I will be watching this. So Captain Joel Lynch discussed the Ravel signing on Talk Sport. So that should be out by now. So we're gonna definitely take in that. We're not gonna do that on here, obviously, but yeah, we're gonna watch that later. But yeah, match day -1 people, Ravel Morrison. But that's the conversation right now. And to me, yeah, I my take on it is just give it some time, people. Him sign. That is awesome. Glad say more on a club. Hopefully it can be something that him can get some continuity from. Stay there for a little while and thing. And hopefully, you know, it's not the end. You know, hopefully this is a stepping stone to something better. If he wants to stay in that region of the world, as I said, the Pro League is not too bad of a level there. So hopefully him put in performances with precision and then move up in the leagues, and before you know it, him in the top league over there. So that's what I think moving forward would be his best bet. I know some people would say, boy, get back to Europe and this and that. I don't know if that's going to be possible so quickly. For me right now in the near future, the best thing for his development, or not development, but for him to get to that level that we want him to reach to, or I would want him to reach to, get to the Pro League in the UAE. Since you're in that country, start up and just move up. Get to a better club, a bigger club, and, you know, test yourself against better opposition, because, as I said, the UAE Pro League is not, well, it's not the highest level in the world. It's not the super lowest either. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean in a minute. Hold on, the people. May I get an alert? So I'm going to check something. Okay, cool. That is just, yeah. Ravel was not fit in that Mexico match. That is the truth, you know. Him and Daniel Johnson in that double pivot role in that game. And yeah, man, him give it a penalty. People them kill him feet. Palmer can't walk near Ravel. I don't agree with that, Sherman. I don't agree with that. I think Ravel might give him more party tricks, and I think that's why people might give him that edge. But Palmer is decent, man. Very, very good player as well, man. Very good player. And I think if him get the freedom that him need in an attacking sense, we'll get much better from him, man. I'm telling you. While you're playing against better opponents, your flaws will always show. Absolutely. Ravel me set up. So he must say it and I hide. So Rivers and Seas not quite say it with him chest. He must say it and I hide a little bit. That player never been approached by the JFF. Facts. Take on the mind off Bailey. Yeah, man. Bailey not forward in this time. Then I would advise using them in a convo, bro, honestly. Okay. So Dexter say, if we not approach them, never know he was approached. Okay. Mr. Wanna say no. Never understood the light video survey. I can't get into like the video before taking the survey. Really? Okay, so the first thing when it's a poll and you click on it is that. That's not true. You can't type a comment before you vote. But you should be able to, when you click, I have to really pay attention in a rap smith. I mean, I believe so that is actually true. But yeah, tell me you do it right now, so maybe, I don't know. That little would add more quality to midfield, no joke. But I tell you, I kind of have a feeling this coach, Mr. McLaren, won't approach some players because he believes them have a greater chance for England because of age. Yeah, Dex, look, I can't fight against this comment, because the man said plain on the press conference, Him can tell you, boy, I want to take my words out of context or anything, but no context in it, brother. The man say, well, what he really said, what him say, or what I think him did want to say, is the younger player them, if them feel like them have a chance to play for England, that is fine. That is their right. But I think where him error is, him shouldn't really, I don't think him should just make a blanket statement about anything like that, because everybody going to be different. Even the most talented kid might just want to play for Jamaica, brother, and I just saw it go. It could happen. It can happen. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope you're not a believer in this Ravel madness. No, I believe that Ravel needs to prove like any other player that get called, because I can't be a hypocrite, Rapsmith. I'm telling you, there's players that we pick sometimes, and they might tell me reasons why I'm pick. I said that can't be the reason, because that's not merit enough to be picked. So I can't then turn around now, and because I think Ravel a baller, which I do think he's a baller, But the man after, all right, first of all, the division, as I'm going to show you guys in the ranking, it is not, I cannot cuss and say the JPL ranking is low. And then on the worldwide scale, where them rank these leagues, JPL higher than where Ravel are going to play. So, I can't be a hypocrite. I can't do it. I'm sorry. After the Bailey Cat situation, I tread the line very carefully when it comes on to these players. Okay, so you are based it off of that situation and kind of getting burned and spurned this up. All right, no problem. I can't tell people how to react to them things. But me just I say, personally, it's like, all right, enough people in her life, let's say them have a woman and she have not even certain traits. She just, them have a woman, them do her wrong. Now, every time you go in our next relationship now, you're going to take that baggage there, in this now, and you are going a certain way to the woman because of what happened to you before. They say, woman, you have nothing to do with the last one day, but you bring it this up. And to me, that's kind of what we do sometimes with all of these situations, because one baller do it now, we're going to take it in our next baller situation. What if this baller now I talk to it different? You see me? It's different, brother. It's different. That's why you can just deal with Bailey's situation, Kadamar theory, that is, in isolation. Deal with this player situation in isolation. Now, but take the feelings from this one and take over yourself. It don't make no sense. To me, at least. That's how I'm going to say to that, Dex. I'm friends, sign him, LOL, just like Rooney, no club, not looking at where it says our next link from long time sign up thing. Okay. Well, I see them assign some ball away. used to playing at the English divisions, Harry Arthur, Ben Pringle, them brother there. So, you know, yeah, Ravel is 31, Tuffy Rudy. If they call Ravel for this window, it didn't make sense not calling the last 2 years. That is very true as well, Rob Smith. What's the point? Because nothing really changed. Yes, him signed, but him not play a game still. He have a game tomorrow still. So if him score 17 goal, then you know, Palmer is on great form. Yeah, that's one of the players I was gonna check in on because that midfield area, you know, just need to see which players actually doing things. That Mexico game is the reason why you don't call an unfit Ravel. It's harder to convince the younger players. Yeah, for sure. Anybody who says it's not harder is lying, but anything good where you get in a life, you have to work feet, you know, and not change when it comes on to getting players to represent your country. The same thing. This Mason Holgate thing based in how he's played the last couple of seasons. You think he's still better than a Bernard or even a Latti? No, I don't think he's better than Bernard or Latti right now today. I'm sorry. He's not played enough football for me. The sample size too small, and even worse than that, the games in play not convincing. So no, I think he would just be around based on, you know, pedigree and you know, the level that we know he can attain, but it couldn't be for what he's been attaining recently for sure. Pull other players, especially if we make it to the World Cup. Yeah, I do think Greenwood would be somebody that would you know, just increase the chances of a lot of these players. I do agree with that. Very mindful. You put it so far anytime forward. Big up, Pastor Wagwan. Yeah, man. All right. So Ravel and Bailey, we have discussed. Now let's move on to something a little more joyous, I would say. Well, it's going to be balanced because basically I'm going to talk about Miss Khadija because she had an interview that came out today on BBC Sport, and I just wanted to go ahead and tell you guys about it. There was a nice little, about a 2-minute video as well, accompanying the interview, and I won't play that on here, but I will read through the article. All right, so this is the article. As I said, there's a nice little video, but I won't play that just in fear of any kind of issues. But this is from BBC Sport. Came out 9 hours ago, and this is what it said. Manchester City striker Khadija Shaw wants to stay true to who she is and inspire young black girls to play football. The 27-year-old is a role model in her home country, Jamaica, after impressing on the international stage and taking the Women's Super League by storm following her move to City in 2021. She was last season's top scorer in WSL as Gareth Taylor's side finished runners-up to the champions Chelsea on goal difference. Her performances in the 2023-24 season also led to her being named the PFA Women's Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year, and FWA Women's Footballer of the Year. When I look back at my childhood, I didn't really have a lot of people I could look to, apart from Usain Bolt, of course. I didn't have a lot of people who I could look up to and say, I want to be like that. One of the main reasons was that I wasn't really allowed to play. Now, looking at where the game is and where it is going, I think there is more room for that. For me, it's just being alive and being in the moment. It's staying true to who I am. Hopefully, by doing that each and every day, it works out in the end. Black History Month, celebrated from the 1st to 31st of October in England, of course, continues to shine a spotlight on athletes who have broken barriers to achieve success. Shaw, who is nominated for this year's Ballon d'Or award, says she feels the responsibility of being a role model, but hopes more will follow in her footsteps, particularly in Jamaica. She went on to say, I just try to be the best I can be and hope that by doing that, there are others looking on who can see that if I can do it, then it's possible. Hopefully, I can inspire a lot of the young girls back home in Jamaica that it is definitely possible. It's been a long journey for me. I had to travel around the world to get here. Now I am here. I'm just embracing the moment and loving every part of it. The ups and downs are parts of life, and that's how you grow as a person. But I just try to be the best that I can, hopefully inspire more girls. So that was the incomparable Khadija Shaw and she had her article in the BBC Sport, and that was dropped today. And I just love the fact that Khadija Shaw, every chance she get, she talks about like inspiring the younger ones, right? Because the reason why I wanted to even talk about this is because I wanted to provide some perspective in terms of, Khadija Shaw was one that was able to make it. Now, luckily she was able to, if you look at her path, right, she didn't really get a chance to play at the youth level because there was no female football going on when she was coming up. She's seen somehow, starts to get a chance. She goes to college overseas, does well, and then she gets a chance in Europe. Now, right now, we're seeing where the girls, as she said, there's more room for that now. We are seeing girls playing football. There is an actual league being played. But my question is, are we just in the league for participation's sake, just to say we have a league? Yes, I know we have had some players that have come through these systems and they are representing Jamaica, but typically they are representing Jamaica at the times like when previously the girls couldn't forward or something like that. That's how these girls get their chance most of the time. So, is it enough to just have a league going if there's no direction for it? There's no plan to really get the players improved. Because the other part of this that I want to bring up, because Bonnie Shaw is the success story. She's like, basically the anomaly when you look at Jamaican football for the women. She's the only one that's been able to really get to this type of level, going through a Jamaican developed. I wouldn't even say she was Jamaican developed per se. I'm sure she got some development before she got the chance to go overseas. But in the sense of, playing matches and competitions and these things, like, I don't think she would have been tested with her skill and talent level in Jamaica at all. She would have gotten tested when she left, right? That's probably the first time she getting tested for real. So my question is like, and I want to tie it into what happened last night to Frasers Whip. So of course, Frasers Whip were able to achieve playing in the CONCACAF Women's Championship, which started this season for the first time, I believe, and the Champions Cup. And they were placed in a group with, and I'm going to show you guys now on the screen actually, because they had I think it was their final group game last night in the stadium, and the final score, people, was 13-0, right? So yeah, they've played their 4 matches. So they played each team once. They lost every game, of course. They scored a goal. I believe that goal was scored against, I want to say Monterrey, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was Monterrey. And they have conceded 30 goals in these 4 games, people. 30 goals. Now, I can't lie to you guys and tell you I am surprised at these results, because based on the teams and the other players, because if it's one thing you know about me, I watch a whole heap of football, and I don't know every single player, but a lot of these girls on this Gotham team, especially last night, Sonnet and Nice One are nationals for the US team. Brunini has represented Brazil before. Sheehan is a big baller. Yasmin Ryan on the come up. She will represent USA at some point, right? Based on how she's been playing, she could get a chance soon. Then we have Esther Gonzalez, from Spain, right? Mandy Freeman as well. Long-time player in the US League and contributor. Then, really and truly, they had some of the best players they have on the bench. Jess Carter, you've seen her at the World Cup, you've seen her with Chelsea in Champions League. Lopez, another Spaniard, also there, Jessica Silva as well, the Portuguese, probably one of their best players. Then you have Lynn Williams. You've seen her with the US national team, came on, scored a hat-trick. I can't cuss Neville Gale Abel and Shoshana Campbell and this. I can't cuss them. What am I supposed to do with them people? So the other day, and again, this was something that I saw Billy Diamond talking about, if I saw him want to get called nowadays. this morning. If we're going to hear the people that have the education in coaching or football in general give you a rundown or an update of the levels of the players that are playing locally, and them actually tell you what him think can get them to improve, and it all has to do with getting an opportunity overseas somewhere, schooling, college, junior college, NAI, Division 1, Division 2. Try to get overseas, get some different development, get some different coaching, learn about nutrition, learn about the fitness, learn what it takes to sustain over a full season, the rigors of a season, the traveling. Learn what it takes to become a professional. I am thinking that the way it's currently set up, the only people that have a chance to get that right now is these Frasers Whip girls. So the Cavalier girls, the Rainers Academy, the other clubs, if they don't get into this kind of competition, they're not going to see the level that's required. Up close, personal, see what it takes. I mean, look at the timing of these goals towards the end, people. This is nothing more than fitness and nutrition, 82, 84, 85, 86, 92, 93. That simply means they're dead on their feet. They can't move anymore. They're giving up goals. They can't close the space. Right? It was 4-0 at halftime. 4-0. Could have been more. And then they scored 9 in that second half. 9. Ridiculous. So, yeah, people. You look at the names on Frasers Whip. You see Destiny Powell, Davia Richards. We know those girls, those names. We know Shoshana Campbell as well. We know Neville Gale Abel from that most recent team. But yeah, how many of these girls have the age right now? Anybody dealing with these kids, man, or young ladies, please get them in touch with some coaches overseas, man. Get them in some programs, junior college. If I keep saying junior college because I know sometimes it's an easier transition as far as the transcripts can get to them, and maybe the requirements not as high to get in the program, but just get somewhere, man. Get somewhere. Don't worry about, it's going to be tough, girls. I'm not going to lie to you. You might go somewhere where you don't really know nobody, and, but just focus on your books, focus on your football, and not to watch nothing else. It's hard, but trust me, it's possible. It can be done. It can be done. Because I can assure you, say, when Bonnie did go at Tennessee, yes, it's Tennessee, it's D1, it's more glamorous or whatever, but she never really probably know nobody over there, brother. Who should have known at Tennessee like that? But she put her head down and she do it when she go France the other day, when she just leave school and she go to France. She don't know nobody at France, brother. She don't speak French, but she get through it, no? So, don't worry about the obstacles, man. Just try, meet them when you reach them. Don't make the obstacles where you're not even face yet stop you from reach them thing there. Believe me, man. And I don't know, I respect that you have the ability for these girls to get into this competition, but brother, I'm not sure how much 13 love and 10 love and 8 love, and I don't know how much development you can get from them there. You might can get some discouragement, but I don't know about the development. You can get a dex kind of ment, discouragement. Yeah, so it's tough, man. 13-0, 30-1 over 4 games, but it eerily similar to the under 20 the other day. It eerily similar to when the JPL teams, if they happen to get through the CCC tonight, which I have it on the title. I didn't put it I have it on the thumbnail. I didn't put it in the title. We're going to discuss that before we get into the Reggae Boyz check for the last segment of the show. We're just going to go through the players and talk about some players where, maybe on the fringes, maybe in the squad, and we want to make sure them can still forward back in the squad based on how them play. Yeah, we're going to go through all of that. But for right now, as I say, the Frasers Whip thing, people, let me know. Do you guys think that? All right, give me a number. 100 being helpful, 0 being hurtful. Give me a number from 0 to 100. What do you think a competition like this do to the psyche, or not the psyche, but does to the Frasers Whip girls, the players themselves? What do you think it do to them? Because me not think them would have beat these teams, you know. But maybe them not think them would have get 13 love. I don't know. What do you think? As me say, 100 being helpful in terms of letting them at least see a level of play and say, right, we have something to get to. And then 0 being just discouragement after. So Nitro started out early. The man says 0, hurtful, fully hurtful. Nothing no helpful about 13 love and 30 to 1 in a 4 game. Okay. Curry said mash up them meds. He not even put the scale number on it. It just mash them up. It just mashed them up. Who will get in the Atalanta? Godfrey there. Yeah. Who will get now get no game at West Brom? Exactly. Ravel is unprofessional and toxic, but we can say that about other players as well. Other players cause bigger disruption in the program. We still love them. Give Ravel a chance. Okay. So BM did I go from the perspective of okay, we did miss a comment here from BM. Let me see. It's ridiculous. Jamaicans hyping a player who can play in the lower tier, who can only play in the lower tier of the UAE. It's time to get rid and stop being delusional. Yeah, the levels do matter, people. And I'm going before we start the check. First thing I'm going to do is just talk about Mount Pleasant and Cavalier games and Arnett games tonight, and then we're going to get right into the league ranking discussion before we start talking about the players, because I want to know, we're going to just jot down some numbers of some leagues, you know, and we're going to compare which part of the player them there, and yeah, it's going to be nice, man, enlightening. No team in any respectable league wants Ravel is unprofessional and toxic, so BM is not getting off his point that it's maybe not the talent that he's worried about, it's the toxicity. Well, I should have do an upper long, you know, with Tottenham, you know. Just true, me never want to say Ferenc Varos over and over, because I don't want to butcher them name. Look like them gone up 1-0, but them a check the goal now. Don't thief for Spurs, you know, because them deserve to lose every match. Keep telling them, father, them just stuck in them ways. Okay, so Team Aggressive had this response to BM. Okay. Bala kicks the Jamaica best female. No, if ans are yes. We know Bala kick. That's true. You know what's so funny, Gooner? Is the first time I'm here about women's clubs since the tournament had started. I am here about that women's club since it's the first time you're hearing about which club. Just all of these clubs, period. Or let me know what you mean right there, so Bala kick. I'm not sure. I don't think they should have been in a women's league should have been in place since the first JA qualified for the Women's World Cup. Facts. Them take too long to implement and start the damn thing. So where them should have been like at least in the infancy stage now, but now them just a forward out of the womb. Yo, what's so funny? Okay. Big side they were up against. Facts. The side them huge. Ravel have mental issues which he can't control, so it's a no-brainer at times, which means okay. So yeah, I say deeper than okay. Well, I'm doctor, so I can't go into that. If we did have a better midfielder than Ravel, we wouldn't be talking about him right now. The guy got talent. Yeah, I think that is what really comes down to. I mean, who are the players that just totally force him not to get called? You know, that's the problem. But still, even with that said, I need to see him do it. Even if it's at this third tier UAE, just play some football, brother. Let me watch you play football, please. And then I can say, yes, people, the man need to get pick our people. The league is the man them a walk on the field, and you know, let me just watch the man play. Let me see it. Kendrick Diamond, I'm no name, yeah, man. I think I said this man. Man, I have too much name, man. Gooner, I think they should be in the tournament in the first place. Yes, I read that already. Biggest talent in a Mason Greenwood come with baggage as well. That is true. That is true. I had person saying they are just there for the money. Well, if can put back that money into development, it would be sense. Well, Bala kick, that is the story of Jamaican football right there. Will the money go back into the development? You know, that is what we hope. That is all we can hope, you know. We don't control the money. So let's see. Some man attack say we don't want Ravel in the team. Tell them man they say for talk for themselves. I would love to see Ravel in the team as soon as possible. All right, Bertha. Yeah, that is fair, Bertha. You want him in the team as soon as possible. You see me, Bertha, who always have these conversations from a perspective of like, okay, I looking at their stats. I'm trying to watch their games as much as I can, trying to see clips of them playing as much as I can, read clips about their coaches talking about them as much as I can, listen to the press conference when they talk about the players as much as I can. I can't then turn around and say, yo, because I love this baller, me just want him in the team. No, me not no clippings of him playing. No, me can't pull up no stats on the screen. Me just want him play. Now, me can't do that personally, Bertha. But I say you, I don't know you to be somebody that always defend or have facts to go with whatever you want to do. So you are entitled to that. But me personally, Bertha, how me stand as a person we talk about football to you guys, it have to make sense in those terms for me to definitively say a man for play or don't play. I can't just base it off for like, I just like that player there. You know? Greenwood is 10 times the player of Ravel, regardless. Stop looking excuse for Ravel to be in the team. Next 2 years, him 33. Yeah, Young Kings now budge people, so don't allow him with this Ravel thing. Jerome said embarrassing. All right, so this is back to the question now. Let me say. All right, so Mirak said 40. Okay, so 40. So he might tilt it a little bit more to the hurtful side, but not all the way to 0 like Nitro. Young King said it will affect them mentally. Have to be earlier development, Jason. Most won't have the quality to make it to junior college, and most universities not looking to junior college for players. That is true. That is very true. But I am just basing like this crap right now. Yes, moving forward, we have to implement anything we're implementing for the boys, we need to implement for the girls too. So if the boys get called to a national training thing every week or every whatever, girls have to do it too. If these academies out there really consider themselves wanting to develop football in Jamaica, them have to give the same energy to the girls program that they would to the boys program. So these ballers and KFAs and all these clubs start to implement girls in the trips as well, man. Get the girls out as well, man. And it's full time now, the prep leagues and all these leagues will not have girl competitions because we know sports in Jamaica is run by the schools at the youth level. So Issa, fall in line. Fall in line. The girls shouldn't have to wait to high school to play football. Organize. Why? Why is that? No, man. My daughter play from U6 with girls only. She had the option to do co-ed, but we put her in the girls only. And that she play. And she play now. And based on her development, Jano, Spurs score. Sure. Based on her development, no, she moved to a next level now, and she play a little more advanced, and we had the traveling and day. But a lot of the girls will start out with her in U6. Them just play rec league still. Them never, matriculate. But at that early of an age, you can kind of tell, which ones, And then to me, when you diagnose early enough the players that you want to improve and make into players that you could potentially turn professional, you can direct the resource them better and stop spread them out so far to every little crevice and corner. We're not going to have nobody reach nowhere because it too watered down by that point. Direct the resources better. Channel the resources to a place. Funnel it this up. And you have your top level people educating these players. Top level. And then you evaluate. So you don't have the same set forever. You have the leagues them going, you keep watching, you keep studying. This player, you bring them in, they set up, you see. It's a evolving thing. And it's always going to change in terms of who is in there. But it have to be there. The framework have to be there. So you have your pro level coach, them a coach your elite talent. Pro level. On both genders. And that's when we can see something. Now, this is going to take time, clearly. But that's what we need to be doing, people. It's not rocket science, you know? Trust me, Jason. I see these girls up here playing. I know we're out of our league. I'm telling you, Conrad. How about 18 Love from the Fervet? Cheese and peas, same thing. Girls aren't being developed. They picking up some girls once they can kick the ball, which is embarrassing. Ajax 1, Slavia Prague 0. All right, Ajax. I always like Ajax, you know. Oh, JFF is enforcing the licensing requirement in the Women's League too. That would be good. That would be good because that would ensure what I'm talking about, that development. But again, I think that we need to channel the resources better because we don't have an abundance of it, you know, so we can't just stretch it out to everywhere. We know every little place and every little parish, you know, them need them thing to and this and that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. We need more local investment so that, you know, the GFF don't have to stretch itself so thin, you know. Like we need these parish associations to be a little bit more self-sustainable. Not self-sustainable, but just, you know, you can do something for yourself too, you know, and not just wait on things all the time. If we can accept teams getting 18 and 20 love in schoolboy, then leave the girls them. Good point, Jean-Pierre fan. Good point, Jean-Pierre fan, you know. I don't know why they haven't considered in high school sports at this point having some kind of tier system, you know. I don't know what these top tier schools get out of those 18-20 love games. Nothing. You know, similar to what we're just talking about with Frasers Whip, you know. I don't know. I mean, I guess the team scoring 18 might get more out of it, confidence. But you know, it might just breed bad habits as well. When you know you're better than the next team, and you don't have to do nothing for really try. You just know you're better than them. You know, that can lead to bad habits. So that's a good point, though, Jean-Pierre fan. Why not the uproar for that as well? That is true. Free Ravel, say Conrad. Yeah, man, it's a decent take. Honestly, you can't go around the take. It's a decent take. Why the 18 and 20 in the Easter game them okay? That's true. Bless up DJ Gigs. What go on? Judging someone by their mental issues develops hurt and inhibits recovery. Okay, so El Granero chiming in and the people talking about Ravel. Okay. RR say you're so right on that. Yeah, man, me sure at the she have her Jamaican passport? No, she don't have no Jamaican passport right now. No, she's 10. So, but as you say, them things they take years. So I might as well do it now. Ballers have girls and Phoenix just have a girl team. Okay, so those are the two that you know of. Okay, well, Kingston Football Academy, step up. Become like on to do your thing. So try get the girls involved somehow, brother. Get some girls as well, man, and go and coach them up. 0 for the girls, say Melsha. So yeah, more people say the hurtful side. No helping thing. Now that he got a club, let's hope he returns with his A game. Yeah, that's the hope. Why we can't have a woman coach and the men's senior team learning too, like Gordon? That's a good question, you know. Who is a woman coach? Who is a woman coach coaching in Jamaica right now? I remember one time we did send a team to like the Panama or one of them games, and I saw a lady up there coaching them. But I don't remember her name right now. And I hear say Ravel embarrassing other players at the Precision FC train. I can imagine. Cause the man they are skill pilling, man. In a training, them supposed to drop loan, salad, and pile. People keep referring to Ravel's behavioral issues as if he didn't have those issues before he started playing for Jamaica. We knew what we signed up for, his footballing ability. That is true, Jerome. Issa and need to slice up the development FIFA money. Okay, so RR said JFF, Issa, and TGEMOE. I don't know that part there. But yeah, slice up the money somehow. The goalpost keeps moving for Ravel's inclusion. First, it was that he needs to find a club to get match fit. Now they're criticizing the league club he signed for. Yeah, look, Jerome, for me, I don't think I ever moved the goalpost, because remember, my goalposts always include league level, right? So I can't just say him find a club, put him in the team. I know the level is not the highest where I'm gone. So if him go in that league and him dominate, play very well, the write-ups and reports say, boy, he was incomparable, unstoppable. I'm going to watch some footage and I say, boy, he might turn it. Him don't look unfit. Him see him run up and down, him run back, him have the energy levels. Then, based on what me know of him ability from a match fit, and I can verify, say, match fit, I watch him and, then, yeah, he can make the team. But that's not here yet. So this window, I would not say put him in. And that's not me moving the goalpost. That's just me keeping it how I always keep it with all the players them. From what the assistant said, the bulk of the JC team were bench players because of who the opposition were, and also because some starters were carrying niggles. Okay, so even though that the score was 1,000,000 to 0, they tried not to give them 18, but they got 18 just the same. We don't want to hear about it with Ravel. We want to see it. Yes, you see, that is fair. We have to see it. People forget about his ADHD. Yeah. See, a man take it further where they and say it's bipolar. I don't know if that is his actual diagnosis, but I did hear the ADHD business before. I did. All right, so Frasers Whip. The conversation can go on and on, but tough one. Very, very tough for those girls to swallow, I'm sure. All right, so the next thing more I talk about, people, before we get into the... Oh, no. Before we get into that, first, I want to just show you guys one more time the situation going into these games tonight. So, it's the final match day in Group A of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So, we want to just touch on the games. Now, one thing I noticed, the games today, people, are anybody going to the games in the chat, and are the games at the same time at different venues? Because they're both saying 8 o'clock right now for me on the CONCACAF side. And I would think they would have just done a double header, but I guess not. Yeah, so one saying Sabina Park at 8, that's the Mount Pleasant game. And then the Arnett Cavalier game don't have a venue, and it just say 8 as well. So anybody that is there and have this knowledge, let me know. Like, what is the deal with this? What is the deal with these people? Let me know. So this is what CONCACAF is saying. Thursday, October 3rd, which is today, 8 o'clock, Arnett Garden versus Cavalier, and Mount Pleasant versus Real Hope, right? But you see how it says Sabina Park for this one? Now I'm going to click on this now. Let me see if it tell me anything. It don't tell me the stadium or the referee. It don't tell me none. So, yeah. Somebody help me out with this, people. Is the game at 8 or is it at 6 at Sabina Park before the other game? Let me know. Let me see if what name they have anything on it. Sofa score, car. Normally CONCACAF stuff is on here. So yeah, they both saying 8 o'clock on here as well. And this one not giving me a venue for the Arnett game. And the other game not giving me a venue either. But on the site, the CONCACAF site, it has say Sabina Park. So somebody clear that up for me, people, when no. Because I don't know if the two games are forward same time, which would be terrible because I like to see both of them. But yeah, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Jerome said exactly. I would not call him for this window. Just but give him a chance to prove his readiness. Yeah. Okay, Ministry of Education. Okay. Thank you. I wasn't sure where that other acronym was forwarding from. Makes perfect sense. Trickle down to grassroots partnership, JFF Issa. Yeah, not a bad take. Not a bad take. I mean, we just have to make sure we put it into the right things, man. Yeah, right. Steve McLaren talk to people around him and coach what he doing, and then when they call and when they can call him Ravel the special one. Yeah, right. Steve McLaren talk to people around him. Okay. That okay. So no matter what go on, that's the people them around him. One at stadium, other at Sabina. Okay, and they are at the same time. Damn, what a foolishness, man. Well, I forgot watch I forgot stream one to the TV, and then yeah, some can stream one, and then okay, yeah, and then me use my okay, yeah, some can do it then. Julie have training tonight though, people, so can't do no watch along tonight, so I'm kind of vexed. They want to do the Mount Pleasant Real Hope game because I really want to see how Mount Pleasant play Real Hope after I see how Cavalier they play them, you know. Like to see like the difference how coaches deal with certain situations, and Real Hope I think they cause some problems, you know. They did against Cavalier. I think they will against Mount Pleasant. So it's going to be a tough one, but it's a must-win game, people. It's a must-win game for Mount Pleasant and Tapa. So let's just take a look really quickly so you guys can just be reminded of how it looks right now. When we go to the standings of this competition, Group B pretty much locked up right now. What is going on here? Why is it not pulling up the standings? I don't know. I'll go back. There we go. All right, so this is the standings going into the last game. Of course, Police FC eliminated, cannot get into the second round. They have played their allotment of the 4 matches. Arnett Gardens also eliminated, can only get to 4 points even if they defeat Cavalier tonight. Cavalier, the only team that's already into the next round. What we'll find out tonight is whether it's going to be in first or second place. Real Hope can still finish first if they get the win over Mount Pleasant. If they draw the game, Mount Pleasant would have to, lose to Arnett Gardens by 4 goals at least for them to overtake them for that first spot. And then Mount Pleasant, of course, the only scenario that sees them getting out of this group would be a win, because a draw would put them on 5 points. Of course, Real Hope would move to 6. So must-win game for Mount Pleasant tonight. If they get to 7 points, as I said, more than likely they'll finish second unless Cavalier ends up losing to Arnett Gardens tonight, which of course is possible. I don't think that will happen. I'll give my predictions for both games, but for me, the Mount Pleasant game is the one that I'm really, really, really looking forward to watching. I'll probably spend most of my time watching that one, mainly because I always like to see how we fare against opposition outside of Jamaica. Real Hope, as I said, were able to pull off the win in their previous matchup. If you look at their results so far, Real Hope, they have gotten the 5 points. They drew at Sabina. Of course, they were using Jamaica as their home base, so they've been in Jamaica pretty much the whole time. They drew with Police 1-1 in their first game. Then in Real Hope's second game, they defeated Cavalier 2-1. This game was a tough loss for Cavalier. They had that delay with the lights, if you remember this one, and they came back out in the second half, and I thought Real Hope really put it on them in that second half, especially early, and Cavalier never really recovered from that first part of that second half. And in the end, Real Hope got the 2 goals to turn them over 2-1. Then in their third matchup, Real Hope had a draw with Arnett Gardens. This game right here, I honestly felt like Arnett should have won this game, if we're being honest with the chances and things. Now, in the end, the Arnett keeper did make some very good saves to keep it at 0-0, but I think both teams really had their fair share of chances in this game. Could have gone either way, but Real Hope, definitely 2 draws and a win, in the driver's seat to advance just by virtue of getting another draw. But let's see what Tapa will bring tonight. Some people have been kind of questioning his lineups in this competition so far. saying that the Brazilians get in a fight, the Trini get in a fight, So let's see what kind of starting lineup he brings tonight. Again, not to downplay the Arnett and Cavalier game. We have just seen that enough. Not seen it enough, but we've seen it before, and we've seen it recently, these two teams playing. So for me, the Mount Pleasant Real Hope game is the more intriguing one, and the fact that Cavalier is through, Arnett is out, is a little less drama going on with that one. The Mount Pleasant Real Hope game, to me, the pick of the games. But in the other one, I think Cavalier will get the better of them. I want to say Cavalier will win that game 2-1. Cavalier to win that one 2-1. Now, in this other game with Real Hope, look, I think the Real Hope team is a good passing team. I think that if you give them enough space, they can hurt you. I think Mount Pleasant, if they can keep compact, I think Tapa's teams tend to do that for the most part. They should be able to limit them, to clear chances. I think this one will be a bit cagey, if we're being honest. I think Real Hope, knowing that they have that point to play for, I think it's going to make the game a bit tighter than it should be or could be. But I think that Mount Pleasant just have to be better in front of goal in their entries, just better decision making, better spacing as well. A lot of times I think the players, end up going offside because the spacing is just a bit poor to begin with. So I just want to see better channel running, better movement off the ball in the final third, runs that make sense, decision making that makes sense. If they can do better with those things, I think they have the individual talent to get the job done over Real Hope. And again, with Real Hope having that point to play for, I do think it's going to give Mount Pleasant the impetus to go and get this game, get these 3 points. My worry is that's not really Tapa's style. Tapa would rather just, if Tapa could just win every game 1-0, I'm sure he would do it. So, but to be honest, that's all Tapa needs tonight. So I'm going to go with actually a 1-0 win to Mount Pleasant tonight. They're going to get that vintage 1-0 Tapa. They're gonna huff and puff. Real Hope will probably get some chances, but I think on tonight's game, I'm gonna say 1-0 to Mount Pleasant, and I'm gonna go 2-1 to Cavalier. Those are my two predictions. And as I said, people, I can't do a watch along, sadly. Really wanted to do the Mount Pleasant Real Hope game, but it does not work out with the training tonight. I think they're run later, so even make it tougher. Normally when I do these 8 o'clock kickoffs, I don't really start the stream till like 7:55 or right before, but it not gonna work tonight because I know it's gonna take longer for reach back. So yeah, it does not gonna work tonight, people, sadly. But yeah, man, we definitely will report on it after the fact and tell you how the game went because we will be watching it anyway. So that is it for the CCC. Now we have about 30 more minutes, and we're going to utilize this time to just talk about the Reggae Boyz and this upcoming squad that we can look forward to tomorrow. I think the press conference is at 12 o'clock my time, I want to say 11 o'clock in Jamaica. So yeah, we'll get to learn what Mr. McLaren is thinking this upcoming squad for the Nicaragua and Honduras games. Some big games for us. So yeah, Stefan, thanks for letting me know. Wow, Casanova is on the bench today. That is wonderful. People. So Tottenham have the 1-0 lead. They're playing in Hungary tonight against Ferencváros, and they have Dante Casanova on the bench. That is excellent. I want to go and look at this myself, All right, so this is the lineup here. Let's see. A lot of the EPL players playing. Ramiro Porro, Vicario. All right, so on the bench, Mickey Van de Ven, Alfie Darrington, James Madison, Dejan Kulusevski, Rodrigo Bentancur, Dante Casanova. Big up, youth. What you mean? Youth? So Dante Casanova, 20 years of age. Yo, thank you for telling me that, man. Thank you. Never even checked the bench star. Well, there you go. Dante moving his way up the ranks, you know. Looks to be playing centre back predominantly now. Was a midfielder earlier in his career, but it looks like they have made the conversion at this point. All right, so let me get this on the screen so you guys can see. I was looking earlier today. There are other ones that you can look up. I like this one personally. It's kind of similar to the reason why I use SofaScore. When I analyzed and I looked at the reason for how they come up with the rating itself, what factors they put in place to come up with these numbers that they use to rank these leagues. I like the explanation. I liked all the factors they used. It has less to do with factors that might have more to do with resources and things of that nature, like how many fans go to the games and things like that. They use it strictly based off of football and footballing results. They place heavy emphasis on how clubs out of those leagues do in their regional competitions. So I like the metrics that they use to come up with these numbers. So I use this team form to kind of rank the leagues around the world. So of course, you would know the top five probably would be the top five everyone calls. They have this listed this way: Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, and Ligue 1 in fifth. That is debatable for me. I think from 2 to 4 right now, it's very, very close. Which is close if you look at the ratings here: 89.9, 90.5, 91.5. So not much separating these leagues, right? So they're very close. We're splitting hairs. If you're in one of them leagues, you're top, right? Same with France, a few points below, but still, anywhere. I would say if you're above 80 or 75 as a league, you have a top league in the world. To me, right? So if you look, Premier League in England, Spain, Germany, Italy, France, Brazil, top flight, Portugal, top flight, Turkish Super League in 8th. They have moved up from 11 recently, so they're going up, right? Argentina, right there in the top 10 as well in 9th, and then Mexico, Liga MX in 10th. So by far, Mexico is the highest ranked league in CONCACAF on this particular rating system. I hear a lot of people, lately MLS has won a few continental tournaments as like the club teams. I still feel like, on a whole, the Liga MX teams are a bit stronger. Personally, that's what I feel. Then Greek Super League has been dropping lately. They were in the top 10 for a long time. They're finally out of it in 11th. We have Russian Premier League with all their sanctions, no European competition, still right there in the top 15, top 12. They're in 12th. Colombia, first division. People sleep on these South American teams and their actual nations leagues, like their top club leagues. Colombia, like, why would Colombia be a bad step for a Jamaican player to take? You tell me. Look at where they're ranked. Easier travel, closer to Jamaica than Europe. Climate probably closer to Jamaica as well. Yes, there's the barrier of language, but how many European countries that we are exporting players to actually speak English as the first language? Not many. So what's the big deal? I feel like we miss a trick every time we just skip over South American channels, But anyway, Colombia, 13th, Brazil, 6th, Argentina, 9th. And to be expected, those three clubs, probably the top clubs or countries in CONMEBOL over a period of time. Of course, right now you have the Uruguays of the world doing really well as well. But those you would say the top three countries in South America. Then you have the Czech League in 14th. Another one that you would maybe say, wow, Czech League, really? You wouldn't necessarily consider them as one of those teams, but are one of those places with a league like that. But look at that. They're in 14th, moved up from 16. They have passed the Dutch league now, the Eredivisie. Definitely has become more of a feeder league at this point, but still very, very good quality. Now, this is for the first time now we're seeing a country's second league in this list, and that is the Bundesliga second league. So they are, of all the top 5 leagues, they are the first second league to show up, and that's Germany. So that shows you there good depth of strength, or strength of depth in their clubs in their country, right? Danish Super League, we have a player playing there, Norman Campbell. People might want to, disregard because maybe, he has had times before in the national team it don't look right, or whatever his style you're not really agreeing with, but you can't go against the fact that we're in playing football. He's a starter for his club, him scoring goals. It's the 17th rank league in the world based on this ranking system, right? Belgium, first division, just below the Danish league. Look at that. So they are around the same. Croatia, we know what Croatia has been doing on the world stage. Their league, right there in 19th at this point. Now, Spain shows up with their second division. So just below Bundesliga, second league, there is Spain. Then we have the Swiss Super League. Paraguay is the fourth ranked team out of South America on this league list right here. And they're in 22nd. That was surprising to me. Ecuador right there recently just fell. But they're also right there with Paraguay. Then we have Brazil's second division. So look at that. The English Championship and the Brazil second division just flip-flop the last rankings. So, Brazil not firing internationally, but the league still considered to be a very, very, very high quality. The English Championship in the top 25 in the world. So Spain and Germany have that over England. Their second division is a little bit higher ranked, right? Here's the Austrian Bundesliga. Here's the Italian Serie B making an appearance now. So the only one of the top five we have seen right now as their second division is France, right? Look at that. Cyprus first division. Who would have thought? 28. The Israeli first league, 29. Here's the Uruguay league now at 30. Then you have Sweden, Poland, Romania, Mexico. This is Mexico's second league now, people. Have you seen the MLS yet? Because I haven't. That's the second league in Mexico. And we have yet to see the United States first league, right? So that's the Ascenso MX right there. Then you have Chile's first division, Slovakia Super League, right? Then you have Portuguese second league. So before League 2, the Portuguese second league is considered higher. You have the Norway first league. Here's another league out of Argentina again, Primera B. Then you have the third league in Brazil. And we have yet to see the USA MLS. Craziness. Hungary. There's the Serbian Super League where we have a couple of players out there. Iran Pro League, look at that. Iran Pro League 44 and MLS at 49. Turkish, this is the first league. This is where CFAS is currently playing, above the MLS as well. It's close, but they're above it on the ranking system. Then there's Costa Rica. So their first division above the MLS as well. Look at that. So that's where Javanese is playing. Just as a side note, I saw Javanese and Saprissa got knocked out of the Central American Cup. Very surprising. They lost to a Guatemalan team. They lost 3-0 at home in the second leg after drawing 0-0. So, yeah, commiserations to Javanese and his side because they're out earlier than I expected in the quarterfinals. So they will not be moving on to the Champions Cup. I was looking forward to seeing him play against some MLS teams and some Liga MX teams, but we won't see that this year. Korean K-League right there as well in 47. Then you have the Bosnian, USA 49, Colombia second league, Bulgaria first league, Peru first league, Germany third division. Here's the Scottish Premiership, right? So we had Dexter there last season on loan. We have Dejan Sterling there now. So they're below the MLS. Interesting. Then here is the Arabian Gulf League. So this is where Junior Flemings is currently playing. They're in 62nd, so they're just below the MLS. Just above League One, where we know we have a lot of players as well. League One, Kareem Dixon just got signed into that league and has yet to feature in the league itself. They're at 65 right now. So let's just keep on moving down. This is the Azerbaijan League. Why I mentioned them, that's where Kahim Paris is currently. So he's just below League One, just below the Scottish Premiership. And then there goes the Saudi Pro League. So The Saudi Pro League is actually below the Azerbaijan League. Look at that. Crazy, right? Here's the Slovenia First League. We have a player in the second league, so we'll keep scrolling and see if we can see that league. Let me check the comment section just because I might not have seen all the leagues with our players. Some people might mention some. Let's see. So Nitro is saying that Mason has not yet submitted his formal request to switch. Wow, really? It's fine. Watch play at the same time. No. Yeah. No, you're totally right. It has to be done that way because But one of the teams played them last match already. So, but I guess both results require nobody to know the results. So yeah, it's not foolish. You're right. I'm just being selfish. I want to see both games. Will there be an argument that Arnett sells it to let Cavaliers through? I mean, the most cynical person in the world could have that argument, yes, because there's no way not to know if them sell it or not. Where you watch the Mount Pleasant game. So what I have to do, Elric, because I am in this territory, they usually block out the CONCACAF Champions Cup games. So, or the Caribbean Cup games, I should say. It's not on Paramount Plus normally. So what I normally do is I'll set my VPN to another place like in Europe somewhere, and then I'll go on YouTube or CONCACAF Go, and I can watch it through that because it's on the CONCACAF YouTube page. As long as they don't think you're in this region or the Caribbean, can then block it out. I like team form metrics as well, so I use it. Yeah, man. JPL 156. Yeah, it's because people only look to England. 3 leagues in the top 30. I don't know if the third one quite in the 30 though. Let me see. Yeah, it's just 2. So it's a Serie A and a Serie B, and then the Serie C is 40. So it's 3 in the top 40. And look how them are rapidly move. Serie C was in 47, it gone up to 40. And that's just in 1 quarter. So yeah, them not ramp. JPL, they're way down, my brother. Them a move up still from one time. Ascension League in Mexico is now defunct, Jason. It folded in 2020. Really? So them still a rank it. I must something else it name then. They must say a call whatever it folded to. Something else, me don't know. Or maybe them just a name it wrong. Tomorrow morning. Yeah. Yeah, man, the Costa Rica team, them a move away. Yeah, man, that them mean for name it then. Cause I must that them a talk. Them a talk about the second tier one, man. Whatever the second tier is. But that's not good though. I've got to reach out and tell them, yo, sort out your thing and put the right name, brother. Cause may I use it as like big week reference point, Yeah, man. So I'll send them a little email or something, She-mail. Yeah. But yeah, let me continue going down this list because it's I find this stuff very interesting, man. So let me see. Arabian, okay, so UAE Gulf League, as I say, that's where Flemings is. Actually a bit higher rank than the 72nd rank Pro League in Saudi, and it has been going down, So it had a jump, and it's been going steadily down like the last few quarters. The Saudi Pro League now out of the top 70, right? Let me keep on looking. So Guatemala League, 73rd. As I said, they knocked out a team from this league, knocked out Saprissa. So that's huge. That's a big scalp for them, believe me. So here's the Australian. I think this is not the top league though. Where's the Australian A League? Okay, so A League is 56. Australian second league now 74. Okay. Venezuela first division 75. So that's one of the lower. South American as well as Bolivia, first division low. This French league is like it's almost semi-pro national, very, 4th, 5th tierish type of stuff. Greek second league there. Let's see, Chile second league, and next Mexican league again. All right, so here's the Macedonian First League. We have a player out there, Krista J. Daly. He's out there right now, starting all his games out there. So he is there playing for them. So that they are 83rd right now on this list. Let's see. I think that's the Honduras League there. So they are just below Guatemala, I believe. Yes. Let's see. Any other leagues that we need to make mention of? So here's Denmark's, not even the first league. This is their first division. So now this is the second time we've seen Denmark on this list. Remember, they were all the way up at like 17. So, you know, we have to put some respect on that Danish Super League right there. Here's Panama now. They're at 97, but they're moving up. They're at 101. I think this is Iceland First Division at 96. Let me make sure. I didn't skip Iceland yet. So Iceland First Division, that is at 90. No, yeah, 96, right? So that's where Richard King was, and who else was out there? Atkinson, and I think what's his name? Anderson was out there as well, I believe. So that is that. Iceland down just barely in the top 100 there. Let's see. Montenegro, Qatar, Iran. All right, look out for United Arab Emirates, people, because I want to see where Ravel someday. So I'm just going through now, people, just trying to look for anywhere Jamaicans might be. We're getting into the, you know, here's Nigeria's local league at 120, right? They're going to start to see some African nations popping up around these areas and numbers. All these Argentinas and Belgiums, these are now fourth tier, you know, some very low tiers in those countries, right? Here's the Serie D in Italy, that's their fourth tier. South Africa Premier League, 124. There's El Salvador's first division at 125. And here comes League 2 at 129. So that's League 2. Let's see. Here's the USL Championship at 133. All right. And then let me check something real quick. Just want to make sure this man play where him play. So I check a league where a player play because I feel like it's this country, but I'm just not certain. Okay, let me see again. No, that wasn't what I was looking for. When I did see Slovenia second tier. I saw the first tier already, but Slovenia second tier. That's Slovakia. All right, here's Latvia. We have a player out in Latvia, 148. I think that's where Kenra Campbell is. And then I'm gonna find Jamaica yet, people, but we'll get close. All right, so Jamaica gone to 155. So there is Jamaica. Move up one place from 156. We're tied now with Turkey, third league. This is Panama, I think, second division right here. Jordan, who we did laugh after playing, their league is above us. Ghana, Ivory Coast, USL Championship a bit above as well. Then, yeah, look at all these places, man. Saudi Arabia, first division. So that is the second league. National League. All right, so this is the Slovenia second league. This is where Satchwell playing now. 199 people. So yeah, sometimes I have to wonder, you know. Sometimes I have to wonder, brother. USL League One, 230. So that's the league below championship there. But yeah, this is just an idea, people. I think they go down to 250 basically. But that is it. That is it. The TNT Pro League, way down there, 247. You know. But yeah, interesting stuff, people. As I said, Jamaica right at 155. Tied with the Turkish third league. And yeah, that's where we are right now. We have moved up recently. If you look at, if I'm to scroll to the top now, and if I change this quarter to, let's go back to let's go to first quarter 2023, and let's try to find where Jamaica has gone from then to now. So Jamaica was down at 173 back in 2023, and they're now at 155. So we are making some upward strides, to be honest, and that's good to see. So yeah, I just thought that looking at that would be interesting, just to kind of put into perspective where some of our players are, and all those things. And when you hear people saying, you know, this guy's in this league, this guy's in that league, it's good to just you know, look and say, okay, where this guy playing? All right, where is he on these lists of leagues? Like, how can you? Because people sometimes say, you know, it's unfair to just say, oh, a man play here, so he must can do this. But sometimes you can really see what the player is all about based on where they're playing. Okay, so UAE Division 1 is 191. But the thing is, you know, that's not the league that he's in. They just got promoted to Division 2, which is the third tier. So you had the Arabian Pro Golf League, I think it's called. That would be the UAE Pro League, which is at 63, the Arabian Gulf League. Or it's called the UAE Pro League, right? That's at 62, right? The next time you see that flag from UAE is where it's a Division 1. But the problem is that's not the league that Ravel is playing in. Ravel is playing in a club that is in Division 2. So this is Division 1, 191. Let's see if we can find another United Arab Emirates flag. Or they are not even listed on this thing. That's what I want to know. So they're not listed here. They're 250. This was updated on the 30th of September as well. So it's pretty recent. And I don't see, it must be below 250, basically. Because I don't see another UAE flag along the side here. So, yeah. So his league is below all these leagues I've shown on this screen. Because that's not his league. He's in Division 2. So it's the level is not really something to write home about at all. What's the criteria used to rank the leagues? All right, so DJ Gigs, when I was looking at it, I went to this thing that said methodology. And I just read through this entire thing right here. And it was just saying like how they came up with all the ratings, whether it's for clubs, for leagues, for national teams. And they just give different formulas and ways that they did it. Don't think that was exactly what I read though. Let me see, match predictions. Because really and truly, you know, this thing is supposed to help you make betting predictions, you know. I believe that's the whole thing, you know. But I don't really use it for that. I just use it for information more than anything. But I can't remember where I read, guys. But I'm telling you, when I read a write-up about what they use and what metrics they use and what factors, I was impressed with it. And I said, listen, I like ratings and predictions. Yeah, I don't remember what I read, people, but there was a reason why I went with this. And when I find what I already know, I'm going to produce it, I promise, so you guys can see why I like it. But I'm not really finding it right now, to be honest. So when I got to spend too much time. But yeah, there was a reason when I looked up everything. I was like, I like how they take into effect everything. Turkey second league have 2. Oh yeah, Daniel Johnson is there as well. Also, Daly is in the league in Latvia, and so is Webster. Okay. Where was Turkish second league though? That's it right there. 45. Yeah, man, a good level that, man. 45. Drop 3 place last time, but 45 above MLS, above Peru First League, Segunda B in Spain, Scotland Premier. So yeah, man, it a go on good, man. I mean, Turkish top league is way up. So it's a big drop off, you know, but if your team can get promoted out of there and you stay, you're going to a very, very good league. And people want to pick JPL baller over USL baller. Jamaica makes no sense. Yeah, it's crazy. First tier of Serbia is top, man. Yeah, man. And we've had players playing there now recently. Quite a few. I think they're in the top 30, I want to say. Let me see. Actually, 43. So they've been dropping lately. But yeah, they're still up there. Top 50 in the world in leagues, to me, is very good. You know, so put some respect on the MLS just the same. JPL players get, yeah, exactly. Poor Ghana Premier League, if only the GFA cared a bit. Satchel is playing in a lesser league than JPL. The reason why people do this is because it's easier to get to a big European league once you're there. That is true. That is true. You have to make it a stepping stone if you're going to use that space. You have to. Yeah, man, Triple E. My life for educate if I can. Well, edutainment is the key. You know, you want to be able to be entertaining at the same time. You know, sometimes when you're bringing information across, you don't want to be too much entertaining either because you want people to take it seriously. But there's a balance you can strike, and I try to do that. I can bet you no one gonna buy Satchel from that league. I think he should move. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. A league doesn't define a player. That is true. You have to look at everything, but to me, the league does help for you to define the player. You know, it don't define him, but it helps you to make the definition of the player, I think. Jamaica players should be played all over in North and South America. Agree, baller kick. I don't know why we don't use the South American market more. I don't know why. I feel like even the cultures of the places would fit more with how we live, you know, because how many times here players come back and say, boy, I just couldn't take it because the cool and the this and the that. And I now shy people away from it, but I'm just saying, if people have had these issues in the past, then what's the big deal? El Granero, you sure he's still there though? Are you positive he's still there? Because I always used to search for the kid in a man, and I stopped seeing him. Yeah, man, it's a without club, man. Me not tell you, man. Duncan McKenzie without club. I'll take this off for the screen for now. Yo, to be honest, you know, people, a 2-hour mark now, you know, and it don't really make sense me talk about a bag of player when none of me I pick the damn team, you know. So what am I gonna do? You know, tomorrow is EPL Friday, so we have the game Saturday night. So at some point, I'm gonna do my EPL prediction show. Maybe do a shorter version, and then once the squad drop, I'm gonna busy. Beer things are going during the day. But you see, night time now, and my time that I know the streets are gonna full, but I'm in a business. I'm gonna make a video with the squad. We're gonna look on the player them who were picked, see what they've been doing. Try to go as advanced as picking the team and all those things. But we'll just look at what the players have been doing, and just kind of try to give some analysis to why the players might have been picked and things of that nature. See? So yeah. That's why I'm saying it's unfair for a man to not look at daily while speaking about USL players. Absolutely. I agree with that take, CC. I'm not somebody that can't hear people out. A lot of time me and you disagree, CC, but when he did bring up Daly the other day, I did respect it because I've been following the player and I know he's actually doing something. You know what I mean? What's called Bundesliga 2. Yeah, he's not there anymore. El Granero. CPL so good it's not listed. Damn, that's true, man. The Canada Premier League ain't nowhere on it. I mean, what's the reason for that? They're not that bad, are they? Surely they're better than some of those places that were on that screen just now. Fleming should get called. All right, before I go, I have a few players who I was going to show. Not necessarily players who we've been picking, but you know, man's out here. And this is just what I was looking up just now. Duncan McKenzie. It says he's without a club right now. We know that transfer market is not the end all be all, people, but his contract was due to run out July 1st and it was not renewed. So he is right now without a club based on this. So anybody with any info on the whereabouts of Duncan, please let me know. He's a player that I always used to track, but haven't been able to lately because he's not with a club. All right, so Junior Flemings, a polarizing figure when it comes down to Jamaica's fan base. But if we're calling a spade, people, this man is in the UAE Pro League. We just looked at the league rankings, and this league is ranked currently number 62 in the world. Now, that is just a bit lower than MLS, but higher than England League One, higher than the Azerbaijan Premier League, higher than the Slovenia first, not the top Slovenia league, but the second one. No. Yeah, no, higher than the Slovenia league. Let me see what other countries. Higher than the Saudi Pro League as well. We have players for forwarding from. So I wouldn't say league level would be a deterrent to calling back Flemings. For me, the only issue would be the only issue really for me would be if he's not on form. Now, if you look at him based on form, right? So this is Junior Flemings. He's now market value is 700K. So it's still one of the higher market values of any, I guess you could say, locally developed Jamaican that plays football around the world. In the first tier in the Pro League, as I said before, the season just got going. So he has 4 games played, 3 goals, no assists. He started every match so far, playing a bulk of the minutes, 94% of the minutes. And he's almost half of the goal participation of his squad so far. So believe me, people, the guy is performing. And this is not something that just started. Let's look at even 23-24, right? This was when he was still in Serbia. And we're talking about the top division in Serbia. We just saw there right there in about 40 at our top 40s, right? Our top 50 at least. And the guy had a great season, 32 games, 15 goals, 2 assists last season, with the bulk of those goals and assists forwarding right towards the end when it's the relegation round for them. So he kept his team up in this division at the time. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in those 8 matches in that round, that relegation round, really kept them up. And I thought that based on merit, when we had some of those windows that we had some issues with some fitness of our players around the world, I thought he was one that was overlooked, especially based on the fact that he was producing something in the league or in his, for his teams right now. Lately, let's see, his last goal would have come on the 27th, right? That was his last league match. So right before the window, 3 goals in his last 3 appearances in the league, only 4 so far. So, small sample size with this team, but at least you can see that he's carried the form from last season into this one. So, yeah, Junior Flemings, if he was in the squad, I would not have any issues with it because I feel like he has been doing it consistently for a while now. I know there's a lot of off the field stuff with Flemings that people like to talk about. let this coach have a clean slate, like every other coach that has ever come. If he wants to see the player up close, I would not be opposed to it. Believe me. So Chris Antonio, may agree with you there. It check out. Another player that I wanted to show people, someone on the fringes, and again, I forgive credit for this one. Just putting it back into my psyche again. Krista J. Daly, a player that I've been tracking from even before this season, because he's one of the ones that when we went to, he, if you look, he's a current international Jamaica under 22. He was in that squad that played in that competition where we were getting some beatings. I think like Ronaldo Webster was in that team, Brandon Cover, Krista J. Daly. I think Ainsworth might have been with them in that team too. I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, for me, this kid was one of those that I say, okay, he might have some potential. Even when I saw him at Harborview in the league, he had some potential as well. So Krista J. Daly currently playing his trade over there in North Macedonia in the first tier. He plays for Rabatniki, and this is what he has been doing. He got there last season, 23-24. He played 24 times, had a goal. This season now, 8 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist. He has been playing predominantly that attacking midfield role, but has played deep in midfield also as a winger and as a supporting striker at times. So has a little bit of versatility, can play central. I personally, after seeing him play, like him in that more creative number 10-ish kind of role. But he can function as a wide forward as well, for sure. He is a very good player, silky, can find a pass. I'm sure that being over there for a few seasons now, I'm sure his fitness levels has improved based on the clips I've seen. It looks to have, wasn't really a small player really, but, has put on a better physique, I think, just playing overseas, better access to nutrition, better training, better facilities. You can definitely see it showing. And what I really like about the kid so far, this season in particular, is if you look at his games this season, let me go to just this season. If you look at the season so far, started August 11th all the way to the 29th. What I love about his season so far, he has pretty much started every game. I think only one game he came off the bench and made a substitute appearance. Let's see. Yeah, so he came on in this game, I think on the 22nd, but every other game he has started, has finished a good majority of them as well. 4 games, he stayed on the entirety of the game. So yeah, based on getting some minutes playing, we have seen, 8 games, 612 minutes. So playing the bulk of the time, so that's good. Maybe not the most output, so to speak, in terms of like goals and assists, but again, age profile wise, he's 22. We need to start to look at these players. He's somebody that has a registered market value around the world. That's not something that some of our recent picks in these teams have had. So yeah, not a crazy shout to be looking at a player like Krista J. Daly. If we want a creative player in the team, Ravel is back with a team, but put these kids, what he's been doing lately, at least match fitness wise, he's worth a looking. North Macedonia, again, not the highest rated league in the world, but at 83, way above the level that Ravel's about to play at, way above, well, not way above, but above, pretty sure it's above, it's a little bit below actually League One. So look at that again. Players in League One sometimes get a bad rap, but Macedonia League is about 20 places behind that one. So yeah, man, this league level and league conversation is an important one, people. You can actually, compare what leagues they play in, and that should give you an idea of reaction time and what the difference it would be between those leagues. And so, yeah, study the football, people. Not everybody have the time or the want to study it per se, but that's why when decide for try learn something, man, and listen, some people actually put in some time and look on them something. Yeah, man, we're not gonna always agree. That's our reason to see what we are thinking. And some you look on it too. You have to be able to reason, man. Squad drop tomorrow with press conference, bro. Simon tell you all 1 week before the first game of the window. Yeah, man, tomorrow. See, Travis, I run with people. Stop running with people, Travis, man, and just, have the conversation, bro. Nothing wrong. Yeah, Trevante has stepped up lately. He has stepped up lately. I think when you look at the striker pool, or potential pool, if you just look at the players that haven't been called lately, Trevante is another one that might need a revisit. He has started every game. He's playing 86 minutes in the games. Do I not have this on the screen? No. All right, let me show you guys. I don't know, so I'm not telling a lie. All right, well, I almost reached to the end, people, but this is Trevante. 9 games played, 3 goals, 1 assist, playing 696 minutes so far. So decent amount of minutes. Look like he started. I think he has started every game. Let me go to details so we can see it a little bit more clearer. Yeah, so he started every game, finished about 5 of those games out of the 9 starts. Had a slow start scoring wise, but the team has been doing better lately, and coinciding with that, you see some action in the goal and goal participation. So 1 assist in the August, and September 22nd he had a brace, and then he scored again in his most recent game. So we'll see if he can keep that trend going this coming weekend. Really has nothing else he can show the coach at this point, because the squad would have already been picked, I would assume. And we're just getting the announcement tomorrow. So let's see if Trevante is somebody in his plans or in his mind coming in. Yeah, Fleming should be called. I agree. Somehow Romario Williams has become a forgotten man. Yes, he got his chances in those games. That's a good shout as well in terms of those fringe striker players we've seen before who haven't really been making the squads lately. He recently moved to Indy 11, still in the USL Championship, of course. 250k, so a decent market value for a player in the championship, to be honest. 25 appearances this season. Let's just take a look at the details, because we like details, So in his 25 appearances this year, he did have 11 of those with Hartford as well, but 25 in total. He has 4 goals on the season with 1 assist. So not really prolific on the score sheet this season so far. The season has been going since March, and to be honest, lately it's been a pretty barren spell for him. 2 goals in his last about 12 appearances or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 2 goals in his last 12 appearances since he made the move to the Indy 11 side. Really 2 goals and 1 assist. So not really lighting up the place, but the team is still working with him, and yeah, they're getting things done. So he's still getting the game time, starting most of the games for the most part. Not really so prolific, but perhaps an option that they could revisit. I don't know if that will happen or not this window, but we shall see. A name worth at least keep on tracking. Yeah, not scoring regular. Agreed as well. What Travis bought him on farm. Oh yeah, so Travis I base it off for the whole time, No want him back. Yeah, they were in the relegation zone last season, but he got there this season and they're doing a lot better. You watch 4 games. Okay, that's good. Yeah, man, I put up Trevante. I might be able to, because I think my father might know. I think somebody that I know might know him, family and stuff. So maybe. I don't know if more are getting at the player interview thing though, because it's kind of like, I don't know. I'll have to give that a lot of thought. Yeah, man, it would have nice if him could have do it in the weight name there. Yeah, man, it would have been nice. Romario name Watani, really? I thought that was Lamar. And Lamar Walker get the Watani. Oh, Romario did get a water need, then it did turn out good, no? What's at the bottom of the page? In CONCACAF, JPL is above USL 1. Really? You mean on CONCACAF page? Or let me see what you mean. Okay, yeah. So yeah, say like the CONCACAF list. All right, yeah. Let me show you guys what ball I talk about. All right. So as I said, we're not delve too deep into the players then because I don't really feel like getting my hopes up about no players and then the damn team. So yeah, 2-15 is a very lean return. Agreed. All right. So this is just the North and Central America side of things in terms of the rankings for the leagues, right? So bring on Casanova and a coach and stop fight the youth. Them in a game though, so I think Ange can take no check right now. Them need them points. All right, so this is just America. So basically, instead of searching through everybody, this have all the CONCACAF teams or leagues, I should say. So MLS is fourth right now, just below Costa Rica. 2 leagues in Mexico at the top. Then you have Guatemala in fifth, right? Honduras, Mexico, another league. Then you have Panama first division. Then you have a second league in Costa Rica. All of these above the first division in El Salvador. Then you have the championship, USL championship, right? At 11 or 11th in the region. Then you have the Guatemala first division. Then you have Panama's second division, right? So there are 2 divisions ahead of Jamaica in Panama. You know, the second one very close to Jamaica, so that could change soon. But that's interesting there. Then you have Nicaragua first division just behind Jamaica, but a decent gap in the points. So they'll take some time to get to where Jamaica is. And I do think Jamaica is on an upward swing, to be honest. So let's keep watching and see how high they can rise. They are getting a little bit closer to the USL. So let's see if how long that would take to change. Then you have USL League One, which is the league below the championship, just below the JPL. But a decent amount of points off. 10 points is a decent amount in this rating system. Then you have the TNT Pro League, the Haitian League, Belize, TNT Super League 1, right? And you have Puerto Rico and Guyana League. Those are all the ones that actually get a rating in this system. So one thing to note, Jamaica, can we get to a level where the tier 2 gets registered on this list? Because TNT have both of theirs, so you know the rivalry. We always want to keep up with whatever going on with them. So that to me is the next step. Let's implement a lot of these rules we have implemented into the JPL with the coaching education, the licensing of the clubs. Let's move that and trickle that down to the tier 2 as well. Because those clubs eventually going to be in the JPL, so they need to have a similar standard. So when they reach, they don't water down the standard of the league itself. So yeah, that's what I would say moving forward. Let's get the second division. Let's keep pulling the second division up as we pull up the JPL as well. Let's not forget about that second division because those teams are gonna have teams in the JPL. So we need to make sure that they have a standard as well. Yeah. But yeah, man, respect Balaki because I did mean to actually show this list in itself so people could see it. Let me actually do this. Asia. Because I want to see if I can find the way it named it this way. The division where my boy in. So UAE Gulf League is 5th rank in Asia. And then Division 1. So where's the next one now? Now have a next one. I try find watch all them league and negative in a big man. So I refuse to believe that Ravel League worse than the Pakistan second division and the League of Laos and Mongolia and the Paki Premier League. But for right now, I cannot say that they aren't because it's not listed on here. The UAE second division is not listed on here, just the Division 1. And based on what I saw with the Precision news, Precision is a club that just got promoted to Division 2. which is the third tier. So I will keep researching, people. I'm gonna find this damn league and what the hell is going on with it. But yeah, Zimini's interview last night. Oh, big up to Ryan. Yes, I want to watch that one. I will watch it. It ranked higher than the USL League One, not the Championship. But let's soon call him. Yeah. Know yourself. Him mix up that one. It's USL League One, not the Championship. Anyway, big up to all the people, as me say. Fully informative show. Very interactive as well. So thanks to all the people in the comment section. We drop them thoughts while we are go through all the things today. We touched on a lot of topics. So I tried my best to kind of go through how the title says. So if you're watching on the replay and you don't have all time, first we talked about Bailey, then we spoke about Ravel making his move, then we spoke about Bonnie Shaw and her interview with the BBC Sport, then we spoke about Frasers Whip and their reality, then we spoke on the league rankings around the world, and then we briefly just looked at a few players. I'm probably going to edit that title actually and just adjust the ending to the league ranking, because that's kind of where we ended off the conversation. So big up to all the people that checked in. Everybody, thanks so much for the support. Got a lot of people in the comment section today, so we're very thankful for that. Not a usual time for us, but we had some time today, and when we have time, we'll bring you guys some content. That's how we roll. So big up to everybody that checked in and tuned in. Thanks so much for smashing up the like button as well. I see we're very, very close to the 100 likes. We're thankful for that as well. And yeah, man, I enjoyed bringing you this information today. Once again, if you are brand new to the channel, just finding it, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, people, big up on yourself. And yeah, that is strange. No Canadian Premier League. We need to know why that is the case. All right, big up on yourself, people. Thanks so much again. And once again, it's Jason Gooner TV. And tomorrow, we have an action-packed day. We're definitely going to have the EPL content for the preview show. And we're also going to have a dedicated show to the Reggae Boyz squad. We're going to pull up all the players on the list. We're going to look at their transfer market, look at their SOFA score, see what's going on with them in their respective leagues and clubs, and break down the team and the setup and everything. All right? So big up to all the massive in the building. Thanks again for the support. And we're out of here, people. Go and go watch some football again. Tottenham, when the soul can see that goal, don't worry yourself. Big up.